to John Boy's Radio and Electronics Workbench. Today on the bench we have a Cobra 142GTL 40-channel base station citizen band radio. I don't know what's wrong with it. We're going to hook it up to the CB Service Master, B&K's CB Service Master, and see if we can find out what's wrong with it. I suspect there's nothing wrong with it, but we're going to find out. Get this radio ready for a customer who bought it, and okay, we're going to do that. I'll be back when I got it connected. Okay, she's all hooked up. The radio's on. Signal generator's on. 100 microvolts going in, 30% modulation. And we have receive. Turning down the signal generator, we got good receive sensitivity at 1 microvolt. Let's see. Everything seems okay. It's bang on frequency. It's only 100 cycles low. But we do not have any audio. No modulation. Okay, no modulation. So I'm going to have to pull the covers off and do a little troubleshooting to see where I'm losing the audio. I'll take the, jeez, got the hiccups this morning. I'm going to take the covers off and we're going to see if we can't troubleshoot that. Find out what's going on. I'll be back when I get it apart. Okay, get the covers off. Got the covers off. We're still in the same position here. Got good receive, but no audio, or very little. I can't hear anything coming out of it. So I suspect we may have a shorted cap in the audio section. I'm going to pull the schematics on this and find out which cap that is. I'm going to go in there and check the voltage on the collector of a transistor, and I'll be back after I do a little troubleshooting, and we'll see if I can't find out what's going on. Oh boy, this one really took me for a loop. I'm gotta tell you, man, I'm about, let's see, it is 2.5 hours later from the last cut, and I went around and around and around and around, and I changed a whole bunch of coupling caps and caps around the audio output there and the audio circuit, because there are known failures, and it still wouldn't pass audio. And then I went and I resoldered these 2 transistors right here. I don't know if you can see this very well, but this area right here was the problem. All the voltages checked correct, but when it was warm. So when it got hot, it worked. And when it was cold, it didn't work. So I had to get this cool stuff called, oh my goodness, freeze spray. And I started touching up these transistors, that one and this one. When I touched this one, it didn't do anything. When I hit this one, it completely lost audio. It's a very interesting note on this schematic. It calls for a 2SC945, which is the most common transistor there is. But the stock, the 142s from the beginning got 2SC458s, which were horrendously known to fail. And they're bias class A, so they're horrendously known to fail, especially in tape decks. I follow a guy on Facebook. He always just, if he sees these in the circuit, he completely chops them out. I went ahead and put a 2SC450 or a 2SC945 back in there, And now we got audio, and it's back up to snuff. And it's just, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do now. I can freeze both transistors. And it doesn't bat a knob. Here we go. I'll show you what it looks like. Put some audio here. And we got lots of nice audio there. So this radio finally is fixed. I think this radio has been on the shelf for many years in non-working condition. Nobody could fix it. So it never got used. All the caps in it, although they are old, I couldn't find a bad one. I pulled a bunch of them and tested them, replaced them anyway. I couldn't find any bad caps, so I'm going to leave it the way it is. It doesn't have any nasty hum or anything on. No hum, I don't think. Yep, I don't hear any hum. It's a little squealy when you turn it way up. That's normal on these. Oh man, I thought I was going to go crazy on this one. But that's the way it goes. You just gotta. I had to stop, go have lunch, come back, start over again. And like always, I fixed it in less than 30 minutes after I got a fresh start. So, but thank you for this stuff right here. I don't use it very often, but when I need it, you just barely touch the top of these things and freeze them. And it went away like I was going, oh, you've got to be kidding me. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. So now I'm going to put this thing back together. Going to put this thing back together, button it up, put it on the air, see how it works. I'm going to cut to the next scene here where I have it all back together. You don't need to see me screwing screws. And I shall be back in a few moments. That was a fun one, I gotta tell you. So just as an addendum to my last comment, I'm gonna zoom right in here to this area where the problem was. I can get light on it to where it's kind of sort of not glaring all over the place. It's kind of hard to get to. So what we have here is a clump of transistors right in here. That's all of the audio section on this particular radio. And the transistors in question were this one right here and this one right here. That's the two I showed you on the schematic. And this was the problem one. I thought it was this one when I first did it this morning, and I changed that transistor and it didn't change anything. But it was the one before it, the 2SC458 that was right there. That problem child. I replaced it with a 2SC945. It works just fine in that circuit. That's just I just wanted to show you where I've been and what I did. No need showing you all of my banging my head on the wall when I was doing the actual repair, because I did go around, but I changed a bunch of caps. I changed caps back here, and I changed cap here, and I changed the coupling cap here, and I changed the coupling cap here. So and I changed the main output cap there. So all the other caps, all those caps that I took out and changed, they all tested good. So it's a little addendum. I'm going to put the cover on. All right, we're in the down stretch here. Got her all buttoned up and back on the air here. I was just doing some radio checks. Seems to be working good. All the knobs are.
Have you ever heard of a Nikon receiver, John? N-I-K-K-O-N, I believe it is.
No, it doesn't ring a bell. Just a few people out there to talk to, my neighbors and stuff like that. So Just gonna spin the dial here for a minute. See if there's anybody on sideband. It's pretty dead as far as skip today. Somebody throwing a jammer on 14. Yeah.
It's been sitting there for a while now for 79 bucks.
But that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, we go. There we go. Right, well, that's it for the 142 GTL from the early 80s. There's a passel of these still out there that probably need to be fixed. I just kind of stand by once in a while. One pokes its way through the shop. Thought I'd give you the rundown on this one. Although I don't show all my troubleshooting procedures, I will always show you what the problem was and what I had to do to fix it. So that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.